Hi, it's Dr. McMichael, and this week I'm going to talk about railroads and vertical integration. In the decades after the Civil War, the railroad was the backbone of America's new industrial economy. By the 1870s and 1880s, tracks stretched coast to coast, connecting farms, factories, and cities in a way that had never been possible before. The railroad didn't just move people and goods, it transformed the structure of business in the United States. Building railroads required enormous amounts of steel, coal, timber, and capital. To keep costs down and control supply, railroad companies pioneered new corporate strategies. One of the most influential was vertical integration. Instead of relying on outside companies, big firms tried to control every step of the process. For example, let's look at Andrew Carnegie's steel empire. To feed the railroad's demand, Carnegie made sure his company owned the iron mines that produced raw materials, the coal fields that powered production, the ships and rail lines that transported those materials, and the mills that turned them into finished steel. By controlling the supply chain from start to finish, he reduced cost, eliminated middlemen, and maximized profit. This model became the blueprint for American industry. Vertical integration gave companies enormous power, but it also concentrated wealth and influence in the hands of a few men, often called captains of industry, or, depending on your view, robber barons. Railroads didn't just lay tracks across the landscape. They laid the foundation for modern corporations and reshaped how Americans thought about business, competition, and economic power. By 1900, vertical integration had become one of the hallmarks of the new industrial order, and the railroad had been the catalyst that made it all possible. I'll see you in class this week.